Hello. That caught me off guard. Hello and welcome to Tool Rant Tuesday. Tool Rant Tuesday is where we talk about tools that have maybe not exactly been the easiest for us to use. And we don't just talk about problems, we don't just complain about it, but we also find solutions where we talk real quickly just for 15 or 20 minutes about how to make them work for us. Okay, so today we're talking about lead magnets. Lead magnets. So, what is a lead magnet, and how can you make it work for you? And what's the problem with lead magnets? So, a lead magnet. Okay, now you can't see my head. Oh, hold up. Okay, I'm cutting my head off. So, a lead magnet basically is a value content piece that you share as part of your business. Okay, to it's kind of like, let's see, let me think of a better example. It's kind of like if we use dating and marriage as an example. Okay, a lead magnet is kind of like a nice perfume or a beautiful smile. It's something of value that could encourage someone who is in your target audience to think, perhaps I might like to get to know this business better. Okay. And in essence, that is what a lead magnet is, right? And so, my beef with lead magnets is that one, they're really kind of challenging to do, but it doesn't seem that way. It's a little deceptive. It seems like this simple thing you can do. Oh, just do 10 tips, on how to, I don't know, save time, or do 5 tips on whatever, and throw it out there. And all of a sudden, hundreds of thousands of people are just going to jump in and want to know you and want to do business with you. And that is not the case at all. Okay. So here's the deal. If you want to have an effective lead magnet, which I have been through several, and I'm going to actually show kind of the, what do you call it? I don't know what the term is for the lineage of these different lead magnets that I have tried for different reasons. And I will say that I think it's important for you. It is an important strategy to be able to provide value in the marketplace, because you want to establish your brand, you want to establish your expertise. And so it's a way to kind of put yourself out there. If nobody knows about you, then you don't exist, right? And so whatever your lead magnet is, once you listen to this today and you say, you know what, Jewel, I think I'm gonna do a lead magnet. Do it, because over time they'll get better, and over time you will eventually find the one that works for you if you don't quit. Okay, that's the first thing. So, but the challenge is that a lead magnet is so much more than it appears on the surface. So at first you may think you can just do, like I said, something simple. But the key is that a lead magnet is designed with a specific person in mind, and that is your ideal customer. The lead magnet is designed to appeal to someone who would actually who has the problem that your product or service solves, and is actively looking for solutions for that problem. In other words, they wouldn't click on your lead magnet if they didn't have the problem and weren't trying to solve it, right? It appeals to someone because they looked and went, I've been trying to figure that out. Let me see if this will help me, right? So that's the first thing. Is it's not something that you just kind of throw together, which I don't know, maybe now with ChatGPT, you can give enough of detail into a prompt to generate at least a good first pass of a lead magnet, right? But the mindset has to be different. It is a tool of value, not something you just pull out the air and stick out there for someone to use. My second beef about lead magnets is just like everything in marketing, okay? I cannot, this is my own personal lifetime rant, is that the tool always supports a process, right? Which is to support systems in your business. So just like creating a lead magnet in and of itself is not going to do much for your business, but it's the distribution of the lead magnet that then gives you ability to connect with people on a level where they may want to connect back with you, right? So if you have a lead magnet and you share it with someone, okay, then in order for it to be effective and useful for both of you, both me as the person who's providing the value and the recipient of the value, I need to package that in some type of delivery mechanism that will help both of us to remember what it is we're doing with it, right? So my first lead magnets, I kind of put it out there. I had some follow-ups, but I didn't actually follow up. Like I didn't actually use it as a tool to get to know people, right? And so that's my third key point or key kind of rant of things that you might not know about lead magnets is that it is a tool in your lead acquisition and subsequently sales process. You're warming up someone who has the problem that you solve, who you want to talk to you. It's like that smile. It's like, hi, you want to, you might want to get to know me. And then you take it further by following up. You don't just leave them and go, oh, okay, here's my number. That if they give you your number, you got to call them, right? You don't just, smile, talk a little bit, get the number, and then don't call. There's follow up that's necessary, right? So, so the other thing you have to master in associated with a lead magnet is the nurture sequence. How are you going to follow up with the people? How often are you going to follow up with the people? What are you going to say when you follow up with the people? No one ever thinks about all those things. I did not know. And so here's what I did. I said, oh, I have an idea. Here's a great lead magnet. Oh, my mic is way over here. Can you even hear me? I said, oh, I got a great idea. Here's my lead magnet. Oh, okay, great. I'm gonna create this thing and I'm gonna put it out there. And then I went off and did something else, right? I didn't really. And the good thing is, I am pretty techie, so I had some follow-ups built into it, but it's part of a bigger process. That's why the streamline and scale is so important. Not to be a shameless plug, but because marketing by itself requires a back end back end process to help all the things come together so you actually can take the lead and convert it. That's how we get to our marketing ROI. We look at how much we invested in the marketing, and then we look at the revenue that came from that investment, and we say, did we make more money than we spent on this marketing thing, right? And so when we look at the lead magnet, it's like both. It's like you need the actual tool, you need the follow-up, you need to understand how it fits into your overall processes and what that customer is going to provide. And it needs to be aligned with everything else that you do, right? It needs to be working to give to everything that you do needs to be working to close the space between familiarity and customer, right? And so that's my rant about lead magnets is it seems like a simple thing and it's really not a simple thing. And it's one of those things where when you get into it, it's like a deep hole. You're just like, oh, wait, okay, here's my lead magnet. I'm ready to go. Oh, wait, how am I going to distribute it? Oh, wait, I need to follow up with people. Oh, wait, where does that fit in? Oh, wait, that conflicts with my overall messaging, right? So there's a very wide range of things that we need to do to make the lead magnet effective. And so what I was going to do, I'm not going to take too much time today, is I was going to show, let me see if I can do this. I was going to share actually a couple of my lead magnets and kind of like to give you an idea of what some lead magnets might be and also what is the logic behind why it may or may not be a good fit for your particular business. Okay. And that's important because I've had several lead magnets that I've done. Let me get, I'm not talking. I've had several lead magnets that I've done, and they didn't really, like, how should I say? The stage in the process where I was placing that lead magnet did not really line up with the stage where a potential lead would be, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is just share my screen, and I'm going to share a couple of lead magnets real quick, and then I'm going to wrap this up that I've used. So let me do that. Let's see, share my screen, and here. Okay, so this is my resource page. So my first lead magnet was this pipeline marketing blueprint. And basically this was, you fill out the assessment, you go, you get the, you complete the information, and then you get emailed to you a report. It's based on your stage, growth, start, grow, or scale. What was the problem with this lead magnet? The challenge with this was for my audience, which is, oh, you can't see that at all. Hold up. Let me, well, you can't see a darn thing. Wait. Wait a minute. Now I can't see. How do I make this look bigger? Okay. Can you see it now? Okay. So, oh, that's better. So the problem with this lead magnet was, let me go here. The problem with this lead magnet, you can't really see it here, was that for my audience, which is growth stage founders. Okay. Oh, I didn't want all that. Growth stage founders. If you're not techie, you're not looking to take some survey to talk about your business from a techie perspective. Like if I'm a growth stage founder and I don't know anything about tech, I'm like, I don't really want to complete the assessment. So, well, actually I should go back. My first, no, that's not really a lead mag. I was going to say my first thing was a discovery call. And that, was not great because I didn't have myself established. So anyway, that was my first one, was this blueprint, which didn't really fly in my opinion, because for my audience, it's too much activity they have to do. So then I thought, oh, I know, I'll educate my audience. So I created an ebook, right? I said, people don't really know about scaling so much. Some people say scale, some people say grow. What can we do, right? So then I created this ebook, okay? The challenge with the ebook is my audience, growth stage founders like you, are busy. You're not just sitting around waiting on another ebook to read necessarily, right? And so the ebook is like a big first step for a connection with someone. So now I will say all of these lead magnets, I have incorporated them into my process, but they're now in different phases. I did not understand the concept of a lead magnet being aligned with a specific place in the funnel, in the exposure process, whatever you call it, for a contact who later becomes a lead, who later becomes a customer. I just didn't get it. So, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make an ebook. So the ebook, but it was like, who wants to read an ebook? Unless I'm really digging into something and it's solving a problem, which I think this is. If you're looking for growth and you're looking to grow your business, yes, you could definitely use this. Yes, it's a great asset. The challenge is that if you're doing lead magnets, you want to cast a wide net. So the net for growth stage founders who are actually looking for a way to scale in the moment, this is not a immediate action type of lead magnet. This is something where, yes, they're probably going to download it, but they might not look at it right away. And it's not providing value right away, like actionable stuff they can do, right? So that's someplace else in the funnel. So then I was like, oh, I know. I'll do a checklist. Okay. So this is the checklist. Now, a checklist has fewer, it's a very easy thing to have as a lead magnet, because the person doesn't have to do anything. All they need to do is download it. They don't really have to spend too much time reading it. They can scan through it and get value, right? They can scan through it and get value. So something like a checklist is awesome if it provides value. So this checklist has a ton of value. I'm so proud of this checklist. You see, I did that myself. So excited. So anyway, so the checklist, I like the checklist, and it's in the front end of my funnel now. Like that's one of the first things. But then I said, well, that's cool and it's easy and it's something people can look at and scan, but how much value is it really giving them? Because they might not know, if they're not techie, they're not necessarily gonna know. I got all these pop-ups in here. They're not necessarily gonna know, you know, what's next to do with it, right? It's like, oh, I got this great checklist. It tells me a bunch of stuff, I can automate. I don't know how to automate them, right? So I was like, well, okay, what can I do that is clear, like it's immediate value? And so where I landed is, and this is where I'm at right now, is this snapshot. Now this is a workbook, but it's a time saver. You see, it says 5 admin tasks you can automate this week. It has urgency. I can give them immediate value, or I can give you, if you download it, immediate value. These are tasks that people really, like automate, online booking and invoicing and all this stuff. These are things that my audience, growth stage founders, they are particular pain points. So in this one item, I'm giving you solutions to a particular pain point. Now that is that's the tool. But now, once you have the tool, there's follow-up. Like, this is where the connection between, and I'm going a little bit over, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But this is where the connection between your lead magnet and your sales process comes in. Because I had to be thinking, okay, now wait a minute. So they're gonna have this tool. Now what? Now how am I gonna help them to get to a solution? How can I do that? And so things have really been very organic for me. They have been kind of coming together. And so with my lead tool, now I have a free session that they can participate in. And so my follow-up and nurturing, which you'll see if you subscribe to the Marketing Fix for Founders newsletter, I'm going to go deeper in this. But now I have a session that we can have where we talk about your specific business and how we can apply these time-saving tips to your business, right? And so now I'm taking the lead magnet, which was a value on initially, and now I'm taking that and then I'm putting some more value, because I'm taking time and I'm gonna meet with you and walk through your process so you can see how these specifically relate to saving you time and effort. You know what I'm saying? So your lead magnet has to be directional to a path that leads to solving a problem for your client, as well as being able to make sure that you're providing the value that you want to provide. So with that, did I lose my little fire thing? Okay. So with that, I'm going to wrap up today on Tool Rant Tuesday. Okay, what happened to my little? Aww. We're going to wrap up Tool Rant Tuesday today. What I want you to do, though, is to make sure that you not that one. Make sure that you sign up for the Marketing Fix for Founders newsletter, because what I'm going to be doing now, because the Tool Rant is cool. It's fun. It's quick. It's something I can do right away on a Tuesday. But what I'm finding is you need more information, right? I get it. And so I'm taking the Tool Rant Tuesday, and then I'm going to the newsletter, the Marketing Fix for Founders newsletter on my LinkedIn profile. And then I'm taking this topic and then really educating on lead magnets. What are they? How do you do them right? That type of thing. Okay. So if you are subscribed to the Marketing Fix for Founders newsletter, you will get a notification when that new newsletter pops up, which it will be this week. Everything is coming together. And so I am going to be working to align. I like to layer education, layer learning, like layering fragrances. Okay. So we start with the tool rant, and then we go into the newsletter where we can get more detail, right? And then once you understand like the how and the why, then you can start looking at how you can implement it into your business, etc., etc. Okay. So I hope this has been helpful for you when we talk about lead magnets. What is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a tool that you use to initiate an interest by someone who is in your target audience. It is developed to speak to specifically to your ideal customer, speaking specifically to a problem that they have and potentially a solution for them. And then it is also the rant about them is that there is a lot more that goes around having a lead magnet that's related to how you deliver the lead magnet, how you follow up with the lead magnet in order to actually use it to create more conversions and or new customers. And so that is something that we need to consider. How do we fix that? What can we do? Well, one is sign up for the Marketing for Founders new LinkedIn newsletter so you can get more detail. But then what we can do is we need to understand one, create the lead magnet with our end in mind. Okay, this is going to save you tons because you don't want to invest time and effort into creating something that doesn't speak to the problem of your ideal customer and that it's difficult for you to distribute. You want to make it easier with things like a QR code. Maybe you want to do a custom domain, a page on your website. Maybe it's, yourdomain.com/ more money or something, whatever your topic is, so that it can help you with your SEO and it's easier to find for you and your new contact, right? So anyway, that's what I want to share with you today. Thank you for tuning in for Tool Rant Tuesday with Jewel T. Leonard. I am Jewel T. Leonard, and I help growth stage founders to make their back ends brilliant. No squats required. That is tagline for the week. It's a little hokey, but I like it. So anyway, again, don't forget, sign up for the Marketing Fix for Founders newsletter, and I'll see you next Tuesday on Tool Rant Tuesday with Jewel T. Leonard. Bye for now.